Now everybody got their little hump, hump, pump on, and they knew the program. But Sassy, after he humped on her, when he took her in that room, he was trying to get her to stay the night. Like he wanted her to lay up with him. He wanted her to stay with him and probably was trying to get her to move in, talking about you ain't gotta do all of this, you know, I'll take you out the gate, all of that. He was being a simp. Back up on the move, touchdown in my hometown, got nothing to lose. I am on my own now, I am in control now. Ain't need you to go now, I can fix my own crown. Back up on my move. Hey y'all, it's TheBreeze and you're plugged into the Breeze lifestyle. If this not your first time here, you already know we locked in, friend. Either way, thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you want to support your girl some more, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to see more of me, then follow me on Instagram and TikTok at TheBreeze Lifestyle 777. So y'all, this is another part to the Sassy series, and it is coming to an end. This really gonna be the last part about Sassy because after this night, I was done. And I should have been done with Plug, but I got one more video where we're gonna wrap Plug up too because yeah, these ninjas was crazy. But let's go ahead and get right into the story time. So this is a story about how going to the strip club went wrong. Now, I will put everything in the description. That's what I've been doing in the last couple of videos. So if this is your first time seeing this video, you don't have to look at the series, but if you want to know more about these characters, I suggest you start from the first one. All right, okay, cool. So cool. Y'all know the last time that I hung out with them, it was just giving weird. I found out that Plug and Sassy be humping on the same girls. The girl was weird, Plug was weird, Sassy was weird. Everybody was just weird. So I really just needed a break. Like I was just done with all of them. And I would say Plug probably hit me up once or twice and I didn't respond to him. But he wasn't applying no pressure like he never do. So Sassy never reached out to me because we never really talk that much anyway, unless we was linking up. So it probably was like a year and a half, 2 years later, and my cousin was coming in town for her birthday. So I'm like, all right, cool. She had told me like the day before. I do not like when people do that. Like, don't tell me the day before you come in. Tell me at least the week before so I can make arrangements, make sure I'm free, make sure, you know, if you need some plans, we outside. Like, you know, I like having a little bit of time when people coming in town. But anyway, she told me the day before. I'm like, okay, like it was really one spot, one little restaurant. I won't go into too much details about the restaurant, but one little restaurant that I'm like, okay, cool. Like I know. Let me just say this. Whatever, it don't matter. Just I knew who. I be trying not to give too much information, y'all. Anyway, it don't matter. I knew about the restaurant. I'm like, all right, cool. We can go here. I sent her the information. She was like, cool. So she came down for her birthday, but she was with her boyfriend. So I'm like, all right, cool, no problem. Like, I didn't mind hanging out with both of them, but I guess he didn't want to come. So it was just me and her spending time together. So I'm like, all right, cool. So this was like a restaurant lounge type of vibe. I knew they was going to have hookah. I knew they was going to have music, stuff like that. So I'm like, all right, we can go there. So she met me, no, actually picked her up from the hotel and we drove there. And we was there. We was having a good time. It's probably like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We having a good time drinking hookah. We blew before we came or whatever. So we was just having a good time. So I was asking her, like, you know, what's her plans for the rest of the weekend? She was like, she really don't know what to do. So I'm just thinking to myself, because it's my little cousin. So I'm like, okay, I'm down here. I got to be big cousin. Like, I got to show my little cousin a good time. So I don't know if I seen Sassy or Plug on Instagram or if they just came to mind. I don't know. Like, I think I might have just thought about them. Like, let me see what Sassy doing. Like, cause Sassy usually be the one that be going out. Plug, I don't want to call him a tag along, but it's like I'm not gonna reach out to Plug, asking Plug what's the move because he really be on whatever Sassy be on when it comes to like going out and stuff. He more so serve and be chilling for real. So Sassy, he the one he run the city. So I'm like, all right, cool. Let me see what he got going on. So cool. So I reach out to Sassy. I text him. I'm like, hey, Sassy, long time no see. What you doing tonight? Like, I ain't even getting into semantics. Like, ain't doing none of that. Just trying to see what's the move? At this point, I've been in Atlanta for a couple of years, but I still like don't have no solid friends, like for real. You know, nobody I can call and be like, hey, what you doing tonight? Like Sassy really was the only person who I could think of. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I reached out to him. I'm like, hey, long time no see. You know, what's going on or whatever. So he was like, oh, hey, Breeze, it's my birthday. We out. You should come hang out with us. We going to the strip club. Like, pull up. Let's go. So I'm like, okay. So before I wrote back, I asked my cousin, I'm like, you trying to go to the strip club? She was like, oh, I don't know. I think so, but you know, we'll see. So I'm like, all right, well, let me at least set this in stone. And if I flake on him, I flake on him, but I don't want her to say yeah. And then I don't wait it too late and he don't text me back or whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like, what strip club y'all going to? He was like, just meet me at my house. And he sent me the address. So I'm like, all right, I'm not pulling up right now, but I'm going to come through. I told him I was going to come through regardless. So he was like, all right, cool. So the address was different from the address that he used to live in. So he must have moved. So we going about our little night. We had some salmon, shrimp, pasta. We had some drinks. Did we get a hookah? I think we did get a hookah. We lit, you know, having a good time. No rush. We just having a good time. So it's about time to leave. And I asked her, like, you know, did you want to go to the strip club or whatever? I'm like, your boyfriend can come. Look at me inviting people, you know, whatever. So she had called her boyfriend. And her boyfriend, like, he don't really feel like going or whatever. And she was like, she didn't want to leave her boyfriend. So I'm like, okay. In my mind, I'm kind of thinking like, okay, girl, it's your birthday. You out of town. Like, what y'all just gonna be sitting in the room? But at the end of the day, to each his own. Sometimes now, and she was younger than me, like I said. But now that I'm older, maybe I do want to just spend my first night like just chilling, even though that was her second night. But either way, if that's what she want to do, that's what she want to do. So after I drop her off, I'm thinking to myself like, like, should I stay or should I go? I'm wondering like what should I do? And as I'm thinking about it, Sassy called me. So I just take that as a sign, like, girl, go out. Because I really, at this time, wasn't really going out too much. So I'm like, man, go out, have a good time. You know it's all on him, birthday or not. So we going out. So he called me. He like, hey, Breeze, like, when you coming? Because at this point, it's been like an hour and some change since I had initially texted him. He was like, well, I know you said you're not coming right now, but when you plan on coming, we going out at this time, da da da. I'm like, well, I'm not really dressed, so I got to go home and get dressed and then I'll come out. So I'm like, give me at least like 2 hours. He was like, all right, cool, no problem. Be here. We're just pre-gaming. It's my birthday. I'm like, oh, happy birthday. Because I totally forgot he said it was his birthday. So I'm like, oh, happy birthday. He like, yeah, I'm so glad you text me. I miss you. So I'm like, all right, cool. Mind you, I'm already in Atlanta. I don't live in Atlanta. I live like 30, 45 minutes away from Atlanta. That's why I said 2 hours. So I go home, hop in the shower real quick, get dressed. I put on something light, nothing major, but it was cute. You know me, my motto, comfortably cute, okay? So I put on something and then I head back out. And I didn't have on no heels. I think I had, did I have heels? I did have heels, but they was just like a backup just in case. But I did end up wearing my little heels. So anyway, so I just had on a little dress, and you know, like I said, not major, just a little cute, you know, whatever. So I get there, I got my heels in the car or whatever. So I get there and Sassy answered the door. He like, Breeze, Breeze. Now, mind you, when I'm rolling up, not rolling up, but rolling up, I'm like, because where Sassy lived before, it wasn't in like a rich neighborhood or nothing like that, but it was very much giving your kids can play outside while you cooking dinner. Here, oh, you better not take your eyes off your kids. It was giving very much, and it was dark too. By the time I got there, it was giving very much we in a trap. I'm like, dang, like, you know, times must be rough. You feel me? So anyway, so I get in there, and it's like the outside of the house don't match the inside of the house. So the inside of the house actually looks really, really nice, but it's just in the hood. So I open the door. I mean, he opened the door for me. And he like, Breeze, hey, Breeze. I could tell he a little lit. He like, hey, Breeze, Breeze here, Breeze here. Hey, I just can't believe you text me. You be MIA. What you been doing? Like, he just give me an earful or whatever. So I just, you know, gave him a hug. I'm like, you know, I'm good. Happy birthday. Da-da. So then Plug, like, came out the kitchen. He like, that ain't who I think it is. That ain't who I think it is. That ain't Breeze, is it? That ain't Breeze, is it? I'm like, yeah, it's me. It's so awkward to me, like, because I've done this to so many people here in Atlanta. Because I always feel like, you know, I got my real. Well, this is how I felt. You feel me? And I do got my real friends at home, but I do have one or two real friends here. You know, but I feel like, I felt like back home is where my roots are, and like I can be out in Atlanta having a good time, but when I'm done, I'm done. Like I was very quick to like just cut people off and not tell them why, not explain nothing. I wasn't always blocking people. Stuff wasn't like block worthy, but it's like, yeah, I'm cool off of you, and maybe we'll talk again, but maybe we won't. So it's just awkward when people just be like, dang, like I ain't seen you forever, but then I'll be thinking about it like, y'all wasn't reaching out to me while I was gone. Like, you wasn't really that much worried about me, but whatever. We can pretend if you want to. But hey, like, whatever. So, whatever. We just saying hey to each other, whatever. Of course, it wouldn't be sassy if as soon as you walk in the door, he ain't talking about let's take a shot. So I'm like, all right, cool. Now, mind you, this night I'm already knowing I'm going home. Okay, I'm not staying at nobody's house. I'm not chilling with nobody after this. I'm going to the strip club to have a good time because that's what I deserve. And I'm going home. Okay. So cool. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take the initial shot, but that's it. Like that's what I'm saying to myself. I'm gonna take the initial shot, and then I'm gonna just take maybe like 2 or 3 shots when we go out, and then I'm done because I got a 30-minute drive, and I'm not about to be I'm not staying at nobody's house. So cool. So we take the shot. He like, yeah, it's my birthday. Now, mind you, when I got there, maybe like 10, 15 minutes after we took the shot, one of his homeboys came. First, it was just them two there. So one of his homeboys came. And I was like, mind you, I had already had a little drink, and I already blew a little tree. So I'm not lit, but I'm feeling wavy. Like I'm feeling good. So his friend come in. We're gonna call him Slick. We're gonna call him Slick. So Slick come in. I was just looking like, he was tall, dark, and handsome, and he just looked better than everybody I knew in the house. So I was just like, oh, like, So that's my first initial thought on him is like, okay, like plug out of here. Sassy never was in there. So I'm like, fair game. I don't owe no ninja no loyalty. Like we ain't even on that. So yeah, I might get a number tonight. Like so he walk in, he looking good, whatever. So they introducing me to him or whatever. He gave me a hug, he smelling good. I'm like, okay. So I'm just thinking to myself, like, oh yeah, that's me. Like I'm just when you be with your homegirls or whatever, you claim somebody, like, even though it's fair game, if they don't want you, they don't want you. But I'm thinking to myself, oh, that's me. Like, yeah, they ain't about to cock block on nothing. Like, that's my man for the night. Like, say, not like that. Please don't take, not like I was about to humble him or anything like that. But I was just thinking to myself, he looked good for me. Okay. And then maybe like 2, 3 minutes later, Sassy like, oh, where your girl? Why you ain't bring your girl? Why'd you have to go and ruin it? Like, why? I was in my mind, just like planning our whole night. We had to about to have a good time. Why you have to have a girl? Like, why'd you have to tell me? But okay, I guess I'll just wait to see if anybody else show up. But he was like, nah, she home. I'm out tonight. She home. Like, why you worried about her? And then he was like, nah, I'm just asking, because I got my homegirl Breeze here. I don't want her to be the only girl. Da, da, da. I'm like, I'm cool with it. Like, it don't matter to me. He was like, yeah, nah, I ain't bringing her out. We having fun. It's your birthday. Da, 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 da. So whatever. So they still drinking or whatever. Of course, Sassy asked me, why you not taking another shot? I'm like, what you forgot? I don't even go back to back like that. This ain't Drizzy. Like, so, but anyway, so I'm like, all right, cool. We having a good time. Plug, he still know what's going on. And I don't know, it's like Plug didn't give like he did that to everybody, but at the end of the day, you never really know what these ninjas be doing when you're not around. But it's like every time he seen me, he had that sack for me. Like he always either gave me some or passed me the big bag. And I'm just like, okay. So after we took our shot, oh boy, we introduced each other. We talking for a little bit. Plug, like, you want to roll up? I'm like, you know what's up. Yeah, I do. Come on, let's go. So he roll, I roll. Same kind of thing, like, just save yours. We're going to blow mine first, whatever. So we blowing down. We having fun, like music playing. He got this big, like, the living room is not even like a living room. Like, it's a, what is it? Not like a big couch. It's like a love seat couple chairs, and it's a DJ booth. Like that's when you first walk in, it's like the living room and the dining room combined, and then you can walk straight, and it's like the kitchen, and it was like a door. So that was like a room downstairs, and then it was steps to go upstairs or whatever. So it was just kind of like a party vibe. So whatever. So we talking or whatever. Next thing, it's knock on the door. It's two more dudes, and I'm looking. Cause I'm just not that I gotta have no ninja to entertain, but just in case, you know. But yeah, they wasn't talking about nothing. They was looking like nothing. So I was like, all right, cool. Like I'll be cool with Plug. Like, cause again, it's been a year and a half. Even though like it did rub me the wrong way when he told me what he told me, it's like, man, this never was my ninja, so I can't really like hold this against him like that. I just know for sure, like, cause I was like I told y'all, kind of like I don't even want to say falling for him, but like he was growing on me. That's what I say. He was growing on me. But after that, the plane. After that, no, like, it's DEAD. Like I'm not even about to deal with you like that, you know. So anyway, so cool. So we having a good time. His friends come in. Now it's like what? Two friends, three. It's like five dudes and one girl. And I'm just like, I felt comfortable. I never felt no weird vibe or whatever. So cool. So now they're like, all right, before we go to the strip club, let's go to this lounge. You know, I know people in there. This was Sassy saying, I know people in there. It's my birthday. Like, let's go. We out. So they everybody like, all right, cool. So we go to the lounge. I ride with Plug and Sassy, and his homeboy rode with us too. The first homeboy and the other two boys, they rode by themselves. Or I think they was together, but they didn't ride with us. So we get there. It's cool. Like, we don't have like a section or nothing, but it's like open or whatever. And at this place, I didn't wear my heels, but I did still bring my heels in the car, right? So he was, because Sassy was like, yeah, you might not need your heels, but maybe when we go to the strip club, you might want to wear your heels. I don't know. So I'm like, all right, cool, because I'm like, I ain't really pop out in a little minute, so why not? You know, and my heels was pretty comfortable, but if I ain't gotta wear them, I ain't gotta wear them. And he was telling me like at the club, at the strip club, we're gonna have a section, and we won't have a section at the lounge or whatever. So I'm like, all right, that makes sense. I'm gonna wait till we go to the strip club. So all right, we at the lounge. It's a cool little vibe or whatever. It's about 3/4 of the way full in there, not packed, but there's people in here. So we are standing up, but we find us a little table. Like this table don't really have no chairs. It's just like we standing up or whatever. So we standing, Plug go order a round of shots or whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'll take the first shot. Boom. So then one of the other boys end up getting another round of shots. I'm like, okay, here you go, Plug. Like, take this. He like, nah, you gotta drink that. You gotta drink that. I'm like, you know what, Sassy, it's your birthday, and poured it in his drink. Like I wasn't gonna wait for him to tell me no, he wasn't gonna drink it, nothing like that. No, his drink was right there. Oh, Sassy, it's your birthday. Poured the shot in his shot, cause y'all not about to do this in front of company. Like you are not new to this. You are true to this. You know I don't go back to back to back. Like on that one time, maybe Plug got comfortable because the last time I was trying to get lit with him. But at the same time, like I don't normally do that, and I'm not staying with you or you or you or you or you. I'm going home. Okay. So anyway, they take the shower, whatever. Plug asked me if I want to drink, and I'm just like, no. Like I'm cool. I'll wait till we go to the strip club to get a drink or whatever. So he was like, all right, cool. So we vibing, having a good time. Like the dudes is kind of like we at the table, but the dudes will branch off and talk to girls, dance with girls or whatever. But me and Plug kind of like just together, we just talk on whatever. Sassy was getting sauced, okay? Like he was taking drinks. Everybody like they did maybe like 3 rounds of shots, but everybody just kept making sure he had a cup in his hand, like he had drinks or whatever. So we probably stayed at the club about an hour and a half at the lounge or whatever. So now it's time to go to the strip club. So the 2 dudes that had came last, they don't really need no name, but they was like, nah, we ain't going to the strip club. We just wanted to, you know, celebrate your birthday with you, buy you a couple drinks or whatever, have a good time, whatever. So they leave. He like, come on, man, we got a section. You know, it's my birthday. You know, I run Atlanta. You know, come on, man, have a good time. It's a movie. So they like, nah, Sassy, it's cool. I know you that guy. I know you are king, but we gotta go. He like, no, don't go. Come with us to the strip club. They like, no, say that. But they literally was going back and forth. Sassy was not trying to take no for an answer. So he like, nah, like we was just trying to spend some time with you for your birthday, get you a couple drinks or whatever. But nah, we out. We ain't going to strip club. So cool. So now it's us in the car, me and Plug in the back, Sassy and Slick in the front. So we get to the strip club. I'm like, hold on, wait, because I was about to get out. Then I'm like, all right, hold on, wait. So I put my heels on, and Plug was like, okay, I see you, I see you. And Slick, like, I seen him look at me. Like, I don't know. He just looked at me, but he ain't say nothing. But he looked at me just like, all right, okay. Like, so I was just like, boy, you better stop. Because how I felt back then, now I don't play no games, okay? But back then, it's like, not that I'm going to. Don't judge. But it's like I'm not gonna mess up a home, but a broken apartment, maybe. Like, not that I'm gonna make him my man, but I might flirt or whatever. If he flirt with me just because he say he got a girlfriend, especially if he not the one that say he got a girlfriend, like I don't know. We ain't gotta get into it. That call me what you want. It is what it is. But if your man is out here flirting with TheBreeze back in the days, baby, I wasn't about to not flirt with him, but I also wasn't about to hump on him knowing he had a girlfriend. But if we outside, we having a good time, like, and your girlfriend not here and you not worried about your girlfriend, I might not be worried about your girlfriend either, depending on what's going on, the situation. But anyway. So cool. So we go in and it's lit in this strip club, like lit, and it's packed. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I got these heels on. I'm thinking about the first time, like I went out with Sassy. I'm like, do he really got a section or like what's going on? So we went in and he did have a section and we went to the section. So it was just like a vibe, and then we could blow in there too. So we had like maybe like a little less than half of the backwood. So excuse me. Excuse me. But yeah, we had a little less than half of the backwoods. So Plug had sparked it, took a couple times. He was like, here, handle that. He said KILL that. Like basically it's yours. Like, this is for you. Like we about to have a good time. So they had end up leaving to go get some ones. So all the boys end up leaving. So I'm just sitting there by myself or whatever. And I'm feeling like that girl. Okay. I told y'all the beginning of Atlanta, I wasn't really used to being in sections at all. Like this was very much new to me. And I was feeling like I'm a boss. I'm a boss. So, it's like, no, but I was feeling like that girl. So I'm in the section by myself, blowing on my trees, looking at these girls. Like, I'm having a good time, right? So this girl come up to the section and she sit down, and it's one of the strippers or whatever. So she was like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm doing good. She was like, oh, you want to dance? I was like, no, not yet, not yet. She was like, okay, all right, well, I'll see you later. And I'm like, okay. Now, mind you, if you watch my story times about me being in a strip club, I like the big booted Judies. Like, I'm here for the entertainment. Now, I'm not trying to, like, body shame or anything like that, but it's just like, if you go to the movie theaters, you want to watch the movie that you want to watch, right? Because it's entertainment. So when I go to the strip club, I want to see the girls that I want to see. I want to, dance with the girls I want to dance with. So I just am and I don't be spending my own money at the strip club. So it's like, I want to use my money wisely, and I want to spend it on who I want to spend it on. And that's just that. So I was just like, not really into her. She wasn't, body wasn't giving big booty Judy, and the face wasn't giving much. So I was just like, yeah, no, like I should have said I'm good, but I said not yet. You feel me? So cool. Just remember that. So she go about her day or whatever, and then Sassy and Plug and Slick come back to the section. So when they come back to the section, Sassy hand me some money and Plug hand me some money. Now when I say hand me some money, they both probably gave me like $20. You feel me? Like they both gave me like $20. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like, say, nah, I ain't doing that. But I'm just feeling like, all right, cool. Like, when you got $40 in ones, like, it feel pretty good in your hand. Not that you, flexing, but I'm at the strip club. So, I'm like, all right, went from empty palms to got a little something in my hand. So I'm just looking around, just trying to find, me a bit of the duty. So the bottle ended up coming. So the bottle coming, dun, 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 dun. We having a good time. My dog hear me. He out the cage. let me finish. So Slick ended up going to the stage and dancing, throwing money on a girl, whatever. So he came back. So when the other girl came after her, I was like, okay, he broke the little ice or whatever. Now, we doing our thing. So I go to the front and Plug come with me and we, throwing money on girls or on this girl, whatever. So she, how sometimes you at the strip club and you throwing money and she like just on the pole and like entertaining everybody. But sometimes when you throwing money, like the girl will come directly to you, like while she on the stage or whatever. So the girl like was directly to us, facing her booty was facing us, and she, doing her little tricks and doing all that, right? So next thing you know, Sassy come and he just like, now mind you, if you watch the videos about me being at a strip club, I need you to let me know I can smack it. Like, I might put the money on it, I might rub it a little bit, make it jiggle a little more. But like to like do all that, like you got to let me know. I just feel like some people don't like that. So when he did that, I was just like, and even she looked back, like, she was kind of like, oh, hold on. He didn't do it like super, super hard, but he did it hard enough. And he like, yeah, yeah, dance for daddy, dance for daddy. What are you talking about? First of all, she was dancing for us. She don't even know that you walked up. And now you're doing the most. So Plug hyping him up. Like, come on, it's your birthday. It's my boy birthday. Come on, shake that ass. Da, 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 da. So I probably got about $15 left. I had a good time. Y'all being weird. I'm gonna go back to this table, okay? So I go back to the section. They still out there or whatever. So Slick, like, he was just asking me, like, oh, you having a good time? And I'm like, yeah, I am having a good time. He was asking me, like, how I know Plug and Sassy. So we just talking a little bit, right? So the girl, the girl who I told, the stripper that came and asked me if I wanted to dance or whatever. So she came back around. Mind you, it's probably been 30 minutes since she first seen me, right? So she come back around. She like, hey, babe, you want that dance now? Now, first of all, don't make it seem like I asked you to dance and you said hold on and came back. I never said I wanted to dance, but I guess you gotta be very much specific because, like I said, I did say not yet. So she was like, "You want that dance now?" I was like, "Oh no, I'm good, I'm good." She was like, "But you told me later. You told me like some girls be low key begging, So she was like, "You told me later. You told me later." So Slick looked at me like, do you want her to dance? And I was like, no, not really. He was like, oh, all right, we good, we good, we good. And she was like, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to her. And he was like, man, get away, get away. We don't want no dance. Get away, we don't want no dance. When I tell you this girl, like, she went from, oh, do you want to dance to Ninja? You ain't got no money anyway. What you got, $20? What you got, $20? You look broke. Like, she just started going off. And when I tell you he matched energy, like he was not playing with that girl. He started talking about her like, man, you not even old up. You ass, she trying to get a dance. Like they just going back and forth. And I'm over here crying because I'm a little wavy, like I said. And this was just funny because they both really was on point. Like, because he really did have a little stack in his hand. And she really was a little ashy. Like, so it was just funny. So they going back and forth or whatever. And he like, man, whatever. Get out of here. Get out of here. She like, man, don't nobody want to dance for you. You probably got a little and she walking away. And he like, yo, these girls is weird. Like, she is weird. What's wrong with her? Like, I said, I don't know. And I was telling him, like, I never told her I wanted to dance. She just came and asked me. And I was like, not yet. And I never said yes. He was like, yeah, thirsty. She thirsty. She thirsty. So Sassy and Plug come back or whatever, and we just cuckoo, we just kiki and just talking or whatever. So Sassy was like, come on, like, let's take another shot. So Slick was like, yeah, make ours a double, because we need that. Make ours a double. And I knew, even though Plug had offered me a drink in the last spot, I knew, like, okay, cool. Like, we probably gonna be here for another 2 hours. This gonna be my last drink. So why not go out with a bang and go ahead and do the double shot? Like, and plus, he cool. So I'm just like, why not? So I'm like, all right, why not? So Plug looked at me like with this stank face, like, why not? Like, first of all, you taking a shot and a double. He talk about y'all need it. What you mean y'all need? Like, he just gave me this face that said so many things. So I'm like, come on, you want to take a double shot? You want to take a double shot? He was like, and Sassy, because he was like, whatever. And Sassy was like, come on, double shots for everybody. It's my birthday. I'm king of Atlanta. It's my birthday. These bitches want me. It's my birthday. I'm just like, oh, brother.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
But whatever. So we pour up the shots or whatever, and we take the shot. And I had to. That thing was strong. I took part of it. I sat it down. They tried to play me, so I ended up taking the rest. So Sassy went somewhere. I don't know where he went, but after Sassy left, like 2 minutes later, Slick had left, and he went to go get some money. So I don't know if she made him feel separate because he still had his little $20 on him. So I don't know. Maybe she did like get into his mind like, let me get him more than $20. Like, I don't know. But anyway, so I'm talking to Plug. Plug like, why you being funny? Like, why you acting funny? Like, you act like you don't even know a ninja. You act like you don't even care about me. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm vibing. What you mean? He like, man, you don't call me. You don't text me. Like, you just went MIA on me. I don't know what happened to you. And I always be like, I just be working. Like, I be just trying to figure it out. I just be, chilling, just working, figuring out, chilling. And these are the things I be saying when I ain't talked to you in so long. So he like, man, I missed you so much. You look so nice. You look good, whatever. Like, it's so good to see you. He just talking. So I'm just like, okay. So as he talking to me, we, whatever. So Slick come back. Plug put his arm around me. And it's like, okay, whatever. Like, I ain't really feel no type of way. It just is what it is. So he put his arm around me. So Slick come back. He like, yo, bro, like, get your arm off my girl. And I'm like, yeah, girl, like, what's going on here? But I'm not taking nothing that these ninjas saying seriously. But I am not thinking I'm nobody's girl. Please don't think I'm that delusional, okay? But I'm just like, whatever. And then Sassy, Plug, like, nah, that's all me. That's all me. And I'm just like, that's not me. What you mean? Like, I'm looking at both of these ninjas claim me. First of all, you don't even know me, and you know daggone well I am not yours. But it's cool. Like, we living in the fantasy, right? So I'm just looking back and forth. They're going back and forth, and then what's his name? And then Slick like, well, we gonna have to fight for her because she a real one. We gonna have to fight for her. And Plug was like, well, it is what it is. Now, mind you, they playing. They like, jokingly saying this stuff. So he like, it is what it is. So they just playing or whatever. So then next thing you know, Slick was like, you know what? I ain't even gotta do no talking. Here you go, Breeze. Here you go, Breeze. So he handed me probably like $20. Like, so I was like, okay, thank you. And Plug looked at me like, really? That's what you gonna do, Breeze? You gonna choose this ninja over me? I'm like, hey, at this point, hey, I'm not choosing nobody but who on a dollar bill? George Washington. That's who I'm choosing, George Washington. And I see something I like, so I'm going. So I was playing, but I did slide off. Like, I'm not about to do this with none of y'all, because even though y'all joking, Plug, I know you feel some type of way. It's like, people joking, but you can feel the truth in it. Like, when he was like, oh, Breeze, that's what you're doing, I'm like, I could tell he was joking, but at the same time, like, you kind of look like you waiting for me to say, nah, I choose him. No. George Washington, let's go. Some booties want you, so come on, let's go. So I go to the stage, and it's this girl on the stage, and really, like, I said I see something I like, but she was cool. So I just threw probably like $2, $3 on her, and she was about to leave anyway. So then this other girl came on, and she was like petite, but she still had a nice little booty. And how you gonna get me is climbing up that pole and doing them tricks. Like, I be intrigued, like, wow, like, I wish I had some upper body strength. Like, how are you doing that? I need to know. And then you just clapping it and doing this and staying on beat and on rhythm. Like, teach me. So no, but no, I'm just like intrigued or whatever. So I'm not even thinking about what's going on over there. But once my money ran out, then like, after my money ran out, I don't like to stand there because it's like I don't want to feel like I'll sit and watch from my chair for free, but I don't like to be at the stage, money gone, just staring. Like, I don't know, I feel like a creep. Is that weird? I don't know. I would just feel like a creep. So I turn around to go back to the table, and I see three girls at the table. Mind you, it's three strippers or whatever. I see them at the table. So I'm not thinking like, what are they doing? No. I'm thinking like when I hang out with dudes like this, they my homeboys. Like I'm not cock blocking. Like I don't want to be the reason that you got to take your attention off of. Cause I know I'm not popping no cat. So if your hot dog wants some buns, by any means, have fun. Like I do not want to be the reason that you don't get your rocks off because baby, I'm not doing none of that. So instead of going to the table, I go to the bathroom. I went to the bathroom, took some pictures, took some videos. Like, I'm just in there for a good 2 songs. So I come back out and all the girls is gone. So I'm just like, okay, perfect timing. So I'm just like, hey, we having a good time. And I'm like, I got the tree because I had the one that I rolled up myself. And he was like, oh, okay, cool, spark it up. So we spark, we blowing, we having a good time. So Sassy ended up asking me, like, are you coming back to the house? And I'm thinking to myself, like, I rode with y'all, so my car's at your house, of course. But I just was like, yeah, of course. Like, yeah. He was like, all right, we about to have a party. We about to have a party. It's my birthday. Come on, let's take another shot. So I'm like, I don't know. Like, because I'm not trying to be, I don't like to drive drunk. Now, I don't recommend drinking and driving at all. But back then, like, I did drink and drive, but I would make sure, like, I'm not, like, faded drinking and driving. So and again, it don't matter, you shouldn't be doing it, you feel me, because you just never know. But I was like, nah, like I'm good. So Plug like kind of in my ear, like, oh, so you gonna take a double shot for him, but you can't take a shot for me. You can't take a shot for me. And I'm just like, you didn't even ask me to take a shot. He was like, come on, let's take a shot. One more. Let's take one more shot. I'm like, okay, so I take the shot with them. Cool. So Sassy go walking around again. So it's just us or whatever. We just chilling, talking a little bit, singing the songs, whatever. Probably like 30 minutes go by. He asked us if we ready to go. So I'm like, I'm with whatever everybody else with. Like, it don't matter to me. And Plug was like, all right, are you ready to go? And Slick, he was like, where the O's? Like, did you get that intact? Like, did you secure that? And he was like, yeah, like, yeah, that's why I'm ready to go, because they ready to go. So mind you, I seen them, but I didn't necessarily know what was going on. So I'm just like, okay. So we leaving out the club, and the three girls is waiting on us at the door, okay? So I'm just like, oh, like, once I'm seeing Sassy, like, come on, let's go, we out. Like, and Sassy was like, I'm riding with y'all. I'm riding with y'all because I don't think y'all gonna really follow us. I'm riding with y'all. So they like, okay, you can ride with us. We gonna come. We coming. We said we was coming. So I'm just like, oh, now I'm putting two and two together. That's the party. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm not gonna go in the house, because again, I don't want, it's 3-on-3. What I look like, just being the seventh person, like, no. So we get there, Plug driving, I'm in the front, Slick in the back. So Slick like, oh, I didn't think he was going to be able to do it. I didn't think he was going to be able to do it. So Plug like, yeah, man. But he not really trying to say too much. But Slick is excited. So I'm just like, okay, like, whatever. So he was like, Plug was like, yeah, like, you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm about to go home. He was like, go home? I thought you was coming back to the house. I'm like, yeah, because my car here, but y'all about to do y'all thing, so like I'm about to go home. He was like, nah, I didn't even like that. It's just a party. They're just gonna dance or whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool, but I can still go. He was like, I thought you liked the strippers. I said, I do. But again, like, I didn't tell him that I didn't want to be the seventh person, but I'm just like, y'all doing y'all thing. And he was like, nah, we having a party. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So I come in. So we come in, like I told you, it's not a lot of seats or whatever. Well, it's like chairs, but it's only like one little couch. So the girls all sit on the couch. And the dudes like sitting on the chairs, Sassy pouring up drinks. I'm like, nah, I'm not drinking no more. He was like, all right, well, can you DJ? Can you DJ? Because mind you, he had real like DJ equipment. So where I was sitting at, okay, so this is the living room. This is the couch. It's chairs along this wall, and that's where the kitchen and stuff is too. And then in this little corner, it's like, at people events and stuff, they have like that like baby showers. They have them like throne type of chairs. He got one of them, and it's like DJ equipment. So I'm like, Queen Breeze over here mixing and mastering, like doing my thing. So I'm like, what y'all want to listen to? So the girls is giving me songs, stuff like that. So I'm throwing on the songs, and then the girls start dancing. But I don't know if Sassy just paid them or whatever, but they dancing for a good 3-4 songs, and ain't nobody throwing no money. Ain't nobody got no money. But that's not my business. So I'm going to mind my business. Y'all gonna do what y'all do. It is what it is. So cool. So I'm, still DJing or whatever. But I peep with even though it's not my business, I'm still peeping what's going on. So I see Slim take one of the girls upstairs. I said, oh, that's why he was excited. He was excited because he knew he was going to get some buns. He get some buns. He get some cutty tonight. So I'm just like, And here's the thing. I wanted you. And you a dirty dog. You a dirty dog. You a dirty dog. But I'm like, whatever. Because when I say I wanted him, it wasn't even like I'm putting 20 on 10 right now. But I did think he was cute. And then when I seen he had a girl, whatever. But then he was still flirting with me. So it was like, whatever. So cool. So he go up there. They talking to the girls. Plug, he handed me some tree. We rolled up. And he rolled up his. So he was like, the tree that you roll, that's going to be for us right now. And then the B-wood is going to be for us later. Like me and him later. So I'm like, okay, I'm thinking to myself, how long these girls gonna be here? Because I don't know if I'm gonna be here for later. Like, I'll probably leave before them. But hey, it is what it is. I'm still trying to sober up more. I feel like even though I'm blowing on a tree, like I'm trying to sober up from the liquor or whatever. So cool. So literally they dancing whatever. The girls is dancing on Plug and Sassy too, and they dancing together or whatever. And I'm just hyping everybody up. Like, I don't want nobody to feel like I'm over here jelly or nothing like that. And one of the girls did come over here and she was dancing in front of me for a little bit, but I'm like, girl, do your thing, get your money. Like, no, I'm cool. Like, I had fun already. But anyway, cool. So Slim and the girl come downstairs. So literally, I want to say 2 minutes. I don't know how long it was, but it wasn't a whole song. Slim was gone, okay? Oh, Slick. I said Slim. Slick was gone, okay? He dapped up Plug. He dapped up Sassy. He said, bye to me. He ain't dapped me up, but he just kind of like gave me a little, and he was gone. He got his buns and he ran, okay? So now it's 3 on 2. So they just, vibe or whatever. We having a good time. And the tree is gone, right? So next thing I know, Plug goes upstairs with another one of the girls. Not girl A, B, and C. Girl A is the one that Slick went with. He went out. I'm not even going to say B because B is for Breeze. No, it ain't. But you get what I'm saying. He went upstairs with girl C. So now it's girl A and girl B. So they both dancing on Sassy. He like, it's my birthday. He got a bottle. I think he stole the bottle, but he got a bottle. He pouring them shots. He putting a little, like he pouring it on them a little bit too. I'm like, okay, he's crazy. Because when I say he pouring them shots, at first he poured shots, but like when it was just them two and him, like he was pouring it in a mouth, and then he was dancing on him, and like he was drinking from the bottle. Then he would pour a little bit on them, but they didn't care. They still was dancing, whatever. So cool. I'm just thinking to myself, Plug got me effed up. Like, I don't, you know how I said with the girl, I was a little territorial over him, but now, like, I'm like almost 100% turned off a Plug. But I still feel like it's real funny how you in my face talking about you miss me and like I'm acting funny towards you. And here you go upstairs humping on another girl while you know I'm right here. But it's cool though. It's cool though, because do your thing. It is what it is. But don't you dare try to come back talking that talk to me like, no, no, thank you. So I said, you know what? Since he want to be disrespectful, that tree, the backwood that we were supposed to be waiting for us, sparked it. And I'm blowing down by myself. I'm not going to pass it to nobody, but I'm blowing down, playing music, whatever. So Sassy come over there like, yeah, you jamming, but slow it down. Mind you, I'm playing all this stuff. He got like 500 songs. So I'm just playing songs that he got. He like, slow it down. So I'm like, all right, cool. Y'all want to listen to slow music? The girl's like, yeah, slow it down. So I go playing a little 90s R&B, stuff like that or whatever. Next thing I know, he... Okay, so... Okay, if I'm sitting like this at the DJ booth, I'm literally across from the couch, right? And over here is the rooms. He could have went in the room, but he is like, all I see is his butt. Plug. I mean, not Plug, I'm sorry. Sassy. All I see is booty. And it ain't the booty that I want to see, okay? I see his booty, and the girl is on her knees giving him top. And I'm just like, oh, like, I'm like, oh, whoa, awkward. Like, I didn't care about them getting buns and being in the room, but why are you, like, the room, this your house. Why are you in the living room doing all of this? Like, I don't understand. So I'm just not trying to look, but the curiosity part of me is like, did I really see what I think that I seen? Like, is this really going on? So I look again, and it's that. And the girl is just like dancing in front of them. Like, okay, if I'm sitting here and the girl in front of me and I'm getting top or whatever, and the girl is just right here, just still shaking cheeks. And it's slow music, but she's still just shaking cheeks. And I was just like, oh my gosh. So Plug and the girl come downstairs. And I look at him and I hurry up and look down because no, and I'm still blowing my trees on our trees, on his trees, whatever. But whatever, he come down and I'm just like thinking to myself, like, he better not come over here. Like, he better not come over here. And he came over there and he was like, oh, I thought you were saving that for us. I told you to save that for us. I'm like, oh, you want it? He was like, yeah. I'm like, all right, let me get another pool first because I don't know where your mouth been. He like, man, stop playing with me. You know I don't get down like that. I don't know how you get down. So I'm sitting here talking to him. He like in front of me so I can't see Sassy. But when I pass him the tree, he kind of stepped back a little bit. And all I see is is like, you know when you pump, like, your booty go in and out, like... All I see is him like pump, like his booty going in and out. If you know what I'm saying, like he's squeezing in and letting it go, squeezing in, letting it go. And he's humping on this girl right here. Like the girl is just bent down, hands on her ankles, and he just, And I'm just like, is this the party? Is this what you talking about? Like, what's going on? So I just was like, at this point, I'm disgusted. I want to go. But it's a lot of situations where I should have just left, but because I was already there, I just stayed. So I just looked, and then Plug look, he like, yeah, birthday boy getting them yams. And I looked at him. I said, oh, yeah, it's both. I said, oh, it's both of y'all birthday? Because one thing I'm going to do is be smart. Like, even though I don't care, but I'm still gonna be smart because yeah, no, you're playing with me. And he was like, nah, what you talking about? I'm like, don't play dumb with me. You getting yams too. Where you been? He man, it ain't even like that. It ain't even like that. I'm like, oh, all right. Oh, all right. He like, oh, you mad at me? You mad at me? I'm like, oh no, I ain't mad. Like, all y'all getting yams. Do your thing. Like, you can go get some more yams. It is what it is. He like, nah, it's cool. He tried to hand me the tree bag. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm cool. He like, come on, man. You know I ain't eating no cat. You know I ain't eating no cat. I'm like, nah, I'm straight. I'm like, y'all want to hit this? He like, come on, Bree, stop playing. I'm like, yeah, no. Like, now I am actually playing tons of games. And they still like just getting it. So he like, nah, I ain't passing this. So he's sitting and I'm looking at my screen. Then I look up and he just kind of staring at them. And I'm just like, now I know I was curious, but like all you can't really see no coochie. You can't see nothing but the bun squeezing and that's all you see is him pumping. So I'm like, what is he looking at? But I'm not really like I didn't think too much of it, but I should have. And you'll whatever. So I'm just like, whatever. So cool. We just, vibing. So one of the girls came up and she requested a song. I'm like, oh, let me see if it's on here or whatever. And this is the girl that Plug went upstairs with. I said, let me see if it's on here. And Plug was like, nah, you ain't gotta do nothing for her. Listen to what you want to listen to. Boy, don't do that. Just because this the one you was humping on, now you trying to make it seem like you trying to give me what I want. Let me do what I want. No, if she want to listen to a song, she can listen to a song because nothing gave the girl was being petty. Like I was giving homegirl vibes the whole time. Like nobody ever thought like none of these ninjas was mine. So I didn't even feel that. Women, we feel that. And I don't even think, they ain't like them ninjas. They was getting paid. I don't know how much they was getting paid, but they was getting paid. So next thing you know, one of the girls was like, come on, let's dance. Y'all ain't even throw no money. Y'all ain't even throw no money. So Plug was like, Sassy got the money. Sassy got the money. So Sassy probably had maybe $100. At this point, I guess he was, I don't know if he just stopped because they said that or if he was finished because I wasn't trying to look, but it was a good 3-4 songs that went by and he was over there booty cheeks out, right? So cool. So they end up getting him in the floor again, and them two throw him because Plug asked me if I want to throw some money. I'm like, nah, I'm cool. So they throw him money, and I'm like, y'all want to listen to fast music now? He like, yeah, play that fast music. So I play some music. I'm like, all right, cool. I seen how much money he had. I'm like, all right, that's probably lasts about good two. My light went out. Hopefully the quality is still good. Sorry, y'all. Hold on. So yeah, so they dancing, they throwing money or whatever. So it's kind of over. So next thing, they still had the money on the floor, right? So Sassy and who was it? Sassy and because I don't know if I told you the girl that Sassy was humping on was girl A. The same one that Slick was already humping on. I think he did try girl B, but I really wasn't paying attention. But the girl that he was humping on was the same girl that just got humped on. So I was just like, okay, that's weird. I didn't see no rappers on the ground. I didn't see nothing. So you know what that means. I mean, I can't say 100% sure, but it wasn't given that they was wrapped up and protecting themselves. And that was just like gross, okay? Not to say all strippers is like this, but they're humping for money. Your homeboy just humped on her. And you going out here all willy-nilly? Like, Sassy, what is wrong with you? So he go upstairs. No, I'm sorry. He go into the room that's downstairs with the girl. And like 5 minutes later, like she come out and she kind of signal her girls like, come on, like, let's get this money up. Like, let's go or whatever. And Sassy, he come out, he like, yeah, man, because I'm a boss. I'm a boss. Now, mind you, it's some money near me, right? And I feel like the way that the money is, because Plug was near me throwing money and the girl was dancing near me and all of that. So the way it is, I just felt like instead of backing up my chair so they can like just pick up the money, I will go ahead and pick up the money for them and give it to them. So anyway, I didn't like pay attention to it at first, but once he started talking this big boss and this and that, like, yeah, man, I can have any girl I want. Like, the hoes love me. Da 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 da. When I say go, they go. And the girls just like not saying nothing. They just like picking up their money. So the girl, let's say I'm right here, the girl around here picking up money. So because she picking up money right there, I'm just looking and I see some money near me. So I pick up the money, and as I'm picking up the money, Sassy like, yo, Breeze, what you doing? What you doing? You ain't no hoe. You ain't no hoe. You like us. You like us. Let them hoes do their job. And I'm like, like, bro, first of all, I treat the janitor just as much as I treat the boss. Like, I'm not about to, I don't care. I don't agree. Not to say I don't agree with what they doing, but what they doing ain't for me. I wouldn't be, dancing and popping cat for no money, but I'm still not going to make them feel like they're less than me, like they're beneath me. So what the heck is the problem with me picking up some money that's right next to me? It's not like I was like, all right, girls, y'all done did enough. Let me get y'all money for y'all, and let me get this for y'all. I didn't do all of that. I was just picking up the money that was near me, and he was making such a big deal about it, and he was calling them hoes and bees and stuff. And I'm just like, yo, he like, nah, come here, let me talk to you. Let me talk to you. I'm like, no, like, Sassy, you lit. Like, you lit. I'm still picking up the money. He takes the money from me and throws it. And he like, let me talk to you. Let me talk to you. Look, you a boss. You a boss. You don't do what these hoes do. You a boss. I ain't never treated you like a hoe because I see you. I see you. I know. You a boss. I'm like, yo, Sassy, what that got to do with anything? He like, let them do that work. They got paid for this. They got paid for this. You're not getting paid to pick up no money. They got paid for this. Let them do their job. I'm like, okay, like, whatever. So the girls is just like, you could tell they just like, who the heck is he talking about? Like, And I'm just like, whatever. So I sit back down and I'm just still playing music or whatever. The girl's leaving, Plug talking to the girl who he was humping on. And I don't know if they exchanged numbers. They was doing something. I don't know. I wasn't trying to eyeball him down like that, but I know he was talking. I know he had his phone out. So I don't know. And then he like Sassy just in my face, like, yeah, man, like, I don't know, like just talking to me. I'm just like, oh, brother.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
So the girls leave, and Sassy still just like, man, them hoes ain't on nothing. Da, da, da. And Plug like, yo, chill. Just chill. Like, it's your birthday. Just chill. He like, nah, they ain't on nothing. Blah, blah, blah. I was going to tell y'all this in the next story, because the next story is going to be how Plug literally was pillow talking. Like, we wasn't humping on each other, but we did hang out once or twice after this, and he was telling me so much stuff that I really didn't know. So long story short, what I found out about this night, because after this, I was just like, all right, y'all, I'm out, I'm going home. Plug was like, listen, don't be a stranger. Da, da, da. I left, okay? I went home. That was that night. So I found out later in the line what happened. What had happened was, first of all, B was only there to be a driver. She didn't want to do nothing but dance. She wasn't with all the humping or whatever. So A had humped on Slick. C had humped on Plug. And A humped on Sassy. Now, everybody got their little hump, pump on, and they knew the program. But Sassy, after he humped on her, when he took her in that room, he was trying to get her to stay the night. Like, he wanted her to lay up with him. He wanted her to stay with him, and probably was trying to get her to move in, talking about, you ain't got to do all of this, I'll take you out the game, all of that. He was being a simp. So that's why he really got irritated and mad and started talking that big boss type talk, because she did not want to stay with him. Mind you, she already humped on him, but she did not want to stay with him. And that's why he was acting like that. When I found out that, I'm like, yo, first of all, both of y'all weird, because why do y'all feel so comfortable humping around each other like that? Like, all out in the open. I know Plug was lit, but I know Sassy was sauced. Like, he was beyond lit, right? but still, like, there's no way your room is right here and you just feel so comfortable just having your booty out like that. Like, it was just weird. It was weird. But anyway, yeah, like I said, after this, I never talked to Sassy again. Like, I never talked to Sassy again. Plug ended up hitting me up the next day. I didn't respond. Then he hit me up again like a week later, like this little paragraph, like, see how you do me. Da, 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 da. I felt guilt tripped and I didn't hang out with him again. So I'll tell y'all that story, and that's going to complete my Sassy story. When is this? I feel like we're still in 2025. I'm pre-recording for y'all, but I feel like this video is gonna be for next week. We still in 2025. I want to be done with the Sassy series in 2025, so I am not gonna get quoted, but I think I'm giving y'all 3 story times a week this week and last week. So if you made it to the end, give your girl an orange heart. Leave me a comment. If you're not subscribed, what you doing? Like, what are you doing, friend? But either way, I really do appreciate y'all making it all the way to the end. I appreciate y'all showing up for me for Vlogmas. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.